Hi, my name is Dallas Del Summers here at Luana's with Fourth Branch Presents, and I'm going to be sharing with you today some of my poetry. Windowpane. Today it rained, but not outside. Outside was sunny. People walked by with their dogs, their tails wagging. A good day. But today it was raining, and I'm drowning inside from the flooded thoughts of you. I'd convinced myself I was fine. But today I saw you walking your dog outside, as if today was the most beautiful day. Damned mirror. I see the way she looks into that damned mirror in the morning. I often say she's beautiful more than twice a day, but it never seems to change the way she looks into that damned mirror in the morning. Naked, without makeup, a goddess. But there's a flaw in her she sees, a flaw in her only she sees. She plucks her eyeballs out with tweezers, and I tell her she's never looked prettier. She smiles at me finely, and has no need for that damned mirror anymore. She holds my hand and kisses it, says she's never seen any clearer. She holds me closer, tighter every night, and now I wonder if I'm good enough for her. She tells me I am, and she seems to see right through me, but I don't believe her. I wake up now in the middle of the night most nights, and often find myself staring into that damned mirror. Blobfish. Some days I'm just a blobfish, an ugly fucking blobfish. You know the one I'm talking about, that thing with gills and an old grump's face. Some days I'm just a blobfish, floating in a fish tank full of Johnny Walker Red, floating in a fish tank upside down and dead. Liquid courage. She smiled at me like the aperitif does to the drinker, knowing that what's to come will be sweeter. Sweeter than her eyes became at sunset. Honey-pooled pupils swirling in vignette as her lips were met with the tip of my tongue and savored like the amari after dinner. Hollywood rom-coms. You know what love is? And I mean real love. Not the bullshit they show in movies, but rather the shit they cut out. Literally, because real love is taking a shit while your lover is in the shower, when that hot steam meshes with that hot shit. That's love, real love. Love isn't sex, but rather what happens afterwards, when you're sweaty, stinky, out of breath. Love's the stench of her cunt on your upper lip, the stench that you let linger throughout the day so you can remember what you ate for breakfast. Real love's the French kiss after a blowjob. Real love's the stuff they cut out of movies because they're afraid. They're afraid because they want to keep real love to themselves. And now you're afraid. You're afraid because you look up to a fictional love you'll never obtain. It's Hollywood, baby, where the pussies smell like roses, where shit cleans the stains in toilet bowls, where your cock never gets soft, or where she comes before you get off. That's not real love. Real love's the want to fuck beyond the stench, beyond the ugliness, in the morning with morning breath, because that is where the true beauty of real love lies. Denial. She's there, hanging in the garage, the chair kicked from beneath her feet. Perhaps it was from all the bickering that took place every night over the stupid things, like I drink too much, or when I said she's prettier with her hair up and that I liked her better when she's drunk. You know, I only said these things if she brought it up and asked me for the truth, because lying was easier. To her, with her, lying was easier. I came home after work, ready for a drink, and she's there, standing in the kitchen. She said again that I'm addicted, so she poured out my favorite bottles into the sink. I got angry, and for once I shouted something so stupid and awful that I can't even remember. But she ran into the garage and locked the door behind her. So I left the house with my keys and wallet to walk to the liquor store down the street to restock on ginger ale and my favorite scotch. A car passed me by, and I stumbled on the rocks. I had fallen to my knees. The heat in the street was blistering, and something in my gut was telling me to listen. In the middle of the road was a mirage of scotch, and I thought to myself, she's right. I have been idolizing this drink too much. So I ran back home to apologize, to look her in the eyes and say, I'm sorry, you were right. Well, when I got home, she was still locked in the garage, and it made me feel so awful for whatever I had yelled at her earlier. I grabbed the keys and opened the door finally, and she's there, hanging in the garage, the chair kicked from beneath her feet. Perhaps it was from all the bickering that took place every night over the stupid things. I called the police as I watched her body swaying. Then I left the house again, with just my wallet this time, to walk to the liquor store down the street to restock on ginger ale and scotch, my favorite drink. Remnants. When you run your hands over cold stone and feel the sadness of the earth, do you cry? When you stick your feet in a mound of dirt and feel the ashes of your ancestors, do you weep? If I were to blow my brains out in the back of a cave and bleed into the cracks of concrete, will you remember me? Pain echoes in the wind, in the waves, in the wildfire blazes. The remnants of our kin lies outside the graves. Don't you listen? Manure. I never knew shit could smell so good. Not the bullshit, but the horse shit, the cow shit, the manure. Leaving my house in the city, driving with the cool air blowing, and only the unpaved road of the mountain lies before me. Well, the AC goes out, and I shout profane vocabulary as sweat beads gather at my brow, and my back sticks to the leather seat. I roll the windows down, and the whiff of shit hits my face. The good shit. Mother Nature's good shit. I slow down as I drive up the unpaved road through the mountain, a smile on my sweaty face. I just never knew shit could smell this good. And lastly, I have a poem titled Glory. Glory is the red rocks and mountaintops of Sedona, Arizona. Glory is the finger-banging and blowjob in the car on the way up there, where the clouds are at eye level and I still look up to you. Glorious the love between just us, the sun, the moon, and the earth. Glory is the gleam in your eye when all light has been extinguished, and we lie together naked in the dark, bodies entwined, and the voice of your smile dances to the fire beneath the desert night sky. Glorious the love between just us, the sun, the moon, and the earth. Thank you.